Hey y'all. Well, today we are making chicken. We're going to bake it in the oven or on the grill. I haven't decided yet. But the ingredients we're using today is going to be carrots, potatoes, onions, butter. We've got garlic, thyme, sage, chives, rosemary, and a steak seasoning. But here is the star of the show. It is about a 4.5 pound chicken. And what we're going to do first, we're going to split this from the backbone and lay it flat. I'm going to start getting these vegetables prepared, and when I'm done with that, I will be back. Okay, y'all, Mr. James is going to cut this chicken for me. He makes it look so easy. Hello, Mr. James.
Hello.
And you go right down the middle. Now that knife, the cleaver, will go right through those bones. Now he's not gone all the way through the breast, the other side. He's just cutting the backbone.
Trying to get a hold of it. I'll get it done.
There you go. All right, Joe.
I'm already there.
It is as simple as that. And we are going to...
Rinse this off. Rinse the bone shards off of it.
Okay.
Just in case there's a bone shard on it.
Thank you.
Looks like chicken.
Looks like chicken. And now that's gonna bake like this, flat. And I've got all the vegetables cut up. I've got the herbs cut up. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do, we're going to take the butter, we're going to cube it up, and we are going to take the rosemary, the chives, the sage, and the thyme, and some of the steak seasoning. We're going to put that in there, and we're going to, now my hands are very clean, but we're going to mix that very well together. Get all those herbs infused with that butter. Okay, y'all. Now this is what you want that to look like. It's all throughout the butter. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get our finger up under the skin of the breastbone. See that? We're making a pocket. And we're going to do that on both sides. Clear down to the thigh. And then what we are doing, we're going to take this butter, we're going to flatten it out a little bit, and we're going to shove that under the skin. And that is going to flavor this chicken. Oh my goodness. Y'all, that is going to taste so good. And you do both sides. There goes Mr. Cooper again. Oh my goodness, guys. He definitely likes to be heard. Okay, y'all. Now that's how we want that. Let me wash my hands real good and I'll be right back. Now the next thing we are going to do, we are going to set the stove on 375. Get that warmed up. And then I've got my cast iron skillet all sprayed. And then we're going to start layering the vegetables. We'll start with potatoes. And then some carrots. And of course some onions. This is another very hearty meal that my family enjoys. Some more potatoes. More carrots. And more onion. One of these days I'm going to learn to separate these onions before I film. But that's okay. Alright, now the next thing we are doing, we are going to salt the vegetables. Add some pepper. And then we are going to add the garlic. Just sprinkle it throughout. Add the rest of those chives on there. I'm also going to add a little bit of the steak seasoning. Look how good that looks already, y'all. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to place this chicken spread out like this, right on top of those vegetables. Then we're going to add the rest of the steak seasoning. Now, the last thing I add to this before I throw it in the oven is a few sprinkles of smoked paprika. Oh my goodness, y'all. That just puts the icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned. It is so good. All right, now what we're going to do now, we're going to completely cover this in aluminum foil, and we're going to let that cook for an hour, and then I will be back. Okay, y'all, I just took it out of the oven. It was cooking a total of 2 hours. It cooked an hour and a half with the foil on, and then a half an hour with the foil off. It is so tender. And the vegetables are tender and cooked all the way through. And it has made a nice, rich broth that I will probably end up making a gravy. So let's get Mr. James in here to do a taste test. Okay, y'all, here is Mr. James' plate. Looks delicious. And I want you to look at this. That is all them herbs and spices up underneath that skin of the breast. Now, he prefers the thigh and the leg. Well, go ahead, Mr. James. Let's see what you think. Look how moist that is.
Oh, couldn't tell. I gotta have a second bite. Good. Yeah, yeah.
How's that broth?
Good.
Good.
Real good.
All right, y'all. Well, that's going to do it for this video. If you're not subscribed to Pennington's Garden Life, come on over and subscribe. We're good people. Have a blessed day.